Wait is almost over. Bellator 216 is taking place at the Mohegan Sun Arena, and it is a long overdue main card. Pretty much the whole of Europe and the UK have been, calling for this main event, poor Daley versus MVP, for quite some time. As we've heard in the interviews and the run-up to the exciting, trustfully you ain't gonna get let down on this year event. It's been it's been very interesting. It's been very interesting to see how it's all been played out, and I'm sure everybody is aware that it will be streamed on Sky Sports, which is a major thing. Everybody in the UK had to find streams and all kind of stupid stuff. Now we can literally sit at the comfort of our couches, settees, whatever, and watch it directly via a major platform. Just talking about that, obviously there's signs, was it the end of the year, November sort of time, to sign that deal with DAZN. Now, it's a bit, excuse me, it's a bit odd about the old DAZN thing, because DAZN is a UK owned company, number one, founded in July 2015, which is actually owned, strangely enough, by another UK company called Perform Sports Content and Media, which was founded in 2007, if my dates are correct, which has a revenue stream of £208.1 million a year. So this isn't like a little small fly-by-night company, far from it. The question is, if DAZN is a UK-based company, why on earth was there all this issue and problem with, getting fights aired here in the UK? It's a little strange that they've had to go to Sky Sports, but ultimately, the deal's been done. We're gonna watch it there. We've got 215 the day before, so we'll peep that there, see what's going on with the main card. I think Matreon's on that, but 216 main card, Valerie versus Colby Fletcher. Valerie's 2-1 versus Colby Fletcher, who is 1-2. Not real much interest in this fight. Trustfully, it will be pretty technical, and we'll see exactly what happens. Yeah, not really much fun on that at all. Really. I don't think we're going to be wowed with that one, but you never know. You never know. They might turn it up with the big lights, big screen, big stage, Then we move on to Yaroslav, is that how you pronounce it? Versus Erick Silva, former UFC fighter. Yaroslav's he's a 20-0, so clearly an established fighter. He's undefeated as well. The only question is, he's been fighting in the Ukraine. Is the level of competition that he's been fighting, has it been to the level of Erick Silva, who's 20-9, coming off a win in LFA, a submission victory against Nick Barnes, who is 12-4 himself. So that's pretty impressive to a point. But previous to that, Erick Silva was on a 2-fight losing spree in the UFC. So that's going to be definitely an interesting one. Can the 20-0 step up to the challenge and do that there? Or is the more experienced by 9 fights, even though obviously he lost those, will he be able to do what's necessary to get that victory? That's definitely going to be an interesting one. Then we move on to heavyweight, and someone, again, former UFC fighter Cheick Kongo versus Vitaly Minakov, 29-10-2 versus 20-0. So again, another undefeated, potentially, upstart, as they say. I'm looking forward. This is going to be the only way I'm going to pick this is on the actual night when you see them both get into the ring. If Cheick Kongo's got his head switched on and he's got his game face on, he can get this victory, maybe in the second round. But I don't really know too much about this Vitaly. I know he's definitely putting some work and he's undefeated. France versus Russia. That's definitely going to be a good one. And then another heavyweight clash, the rematch. Mirko versus Roy Nelson. 36-11-2 for Mirko, and for Roy Nelson 23-16. Coming in a little bit heavier than Krokop, but that's to be expected. Big country is his moniker. He's been out for a while, Mirko. He's fought in Risen. He had an injury which prevented him from fighting in that heavyweight tournament. So again, we're gonna have to see what who's gonna come out. Which Mirko's gonna come out. It's gonna be interesting. Roy's not looking the same as he used to. He's definitely durable. Are we gonna see the vintage Krokop with those leg kicks and head kicks and all that there? Croatia versus USA. We're gonna have to see what happens, man. Roy Nelson, the big country boy, might be laying on his back. The way I see how aggressive Krokop is, I think he could even potentially get this done first round or even early second round. But again, we don't know which Krokop turns into the dance, so we'll have to see on that there. And then we move on to the Welterweight Grand Prix. First round, strangely enough, not in England, but they're doing it. Michael Venom Page 13-0 versus Paul Daley 40. Let me repeat that again. 40 victories, 16 losses, 2 no contests. 171 for Michael Venom Page and 170 for Paul Daley. This is a pick'em. Paul's clearly got a lot more experience. Michael Venom Page is a strictly striker. I think he's trained a little bit of jiu-jitsu and stuff, but Paul is definitely a striker, but he's definitely well-rounded as well. I don't expect this to go to the ground. I really don't. Unless maybe Paul gets stung or something like that. He might shoot for a takedown. But again, this is a stacked card in regards to the outcomes. There's not really a clear path to victory. MVP could get the victory, but based upon experience and how Paul fights, I think he should clear this one through. If MVP does win, will definitely solidify, this quote unquote flashy style that he's got, and he's really taking punches and stuff. So it's a pick'em. I'm gonna go with. Actually, I'm not gonna go with anyone at the moment. But I'm gonna have to see on the night how they walk into the cage, and from there we'll see what's going on. But fireworks. I don't think this is going the distance. I really don't think this is going the distance. Somebody is going to sleep. So duvet covers and pillows better be ready. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.